Well, welcome back to Theo Faith today, and we are in Psalm 47 as we make our way through the Psalms this year. Psalm 47, I've entitled that The Reign of the Messiah. So, interestingly enough, when we go through the Bible, passages like Ezekiel 34, Zechariah chapters 9 through 14, and Joel chapter 3, paint this very consistent picture of the order of end times events for Israel. Some think, and I've mentioned this before, and I tend to agree with it, that this common order of end times events, provides the structure and storyline of the Psalms, kind of hold the whole Psalms together. And this particular psalm is about the reign of God on earth. Now, medieval interpreters, Jewish interpreters, David Kimhi, for example, understood this psalm as referring to the coming reign of the Messiah over all the earth and the worldwide homage that the kings of the earth will pay him. Uh, these medieval Jewish interpreters were reading the Bible, reading the Old Testament, just like we are, and seeing this pattern of end times events and knowing that there is coming a day when the Messiah was going to rule and reign over the earth. And in their view, that's what Psalm 47 is about. It praises God as the King of the earth and urges people to clap and shout joyfully to him. It describes God's power, his authority over all the nations, the exalted position of king over all the earth. That's what this is all pointing to. Our highlight verse, or our hear verse, listen for God's voice here in verse 8. God reigns over the nations, God sits on his holy throne. Let's explain that a little bit. It says God reigns. That is what a king does, right? He sits on a throne. The king reigns. A kingdom that he reigns over basically has four elements. It has a territory, a place, in other words. It has subjects, people that he reigns over. So not only does he have a geographic area, but he has subjects that he reigns over, and he has laws that govern the nation. And I think embedded in the idea or implicit here is that there's a king. There's these four elements: a king, a territory, subjects, and laws. So God reigns as a king over territory. This would be Israel, God's promised land from the Euphrates to the south, to the either the Nile River or a wadi before that, and from the Jordan to the Mediterranean, from the sea to the river, which is a very popular chant today for all the wrong reasons. It says he reigns over all the nations. Well, this means that his reign will be on earth, and these nations will serve him, and he's going to arbitrate disputes among the nation, and he's going to keep peace among the nations. Read, for example, Isaiah chapter 2, verses 1 through 4. So that's our explanation. This is a anticipation of God being king really over the earth. And that's our hope when we apply this to ourselves. We share this same hope with the Israelites of millennia ago. Our hope is for the reign of God on earth. And we're in this election year, this very political season. And I'm sure as we go through the year, you have a preference of one candidate over another. You think one candidate's going to be better in the president. Maybe if you have a senatorial election coming up, better in the Senate. But you'll have a preference on one of the candidates. But really, it's good to keep in mind and keep in perspective that our hope is not in one of these candidates. They are merely an instrument in God's providential rule today. Our ultimate help, our ultimate hope is in the holy and direct rule of Jesus, the Messiah, over the nations in the future. So today, in terms of response, take some focused time this morning or this afternoon, whenever you watch these, in prayer, and just rejoice that the day of Christ's rule over the earth is imminent. Could happen at any moment, could begin at any time. Let's shout with our brothers and sisters from generations past, Maranatha, come Lord Jesus. God bless you, brothers and sisters.